the Black Male Initiative in conjunction with Black Men Screaming. I don't want to take up a lot of time with a lengthy welcome, so I actually want to turn it over to, the head of the staff, and that's Dr. Zeigler, and he's going to welcome you guys, going to give you an official welcome. My name is Solomon Comissiong. I'm the Assistant Director for Student Involvement and Public Relations here at Nyumburu Cultural Center, one of the co-facilitators for the Black Male Initiative program. And Dr. Zeigler is going to give you guys kind of more of a background about Black Male Initiative, some of the topics, and we're going to turn it over to our featured guest, and that's Brother Maurice Carver. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Solomon. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out this morning for this very great program that we're going to have. My name is Ronald Zeigler, Director of the Nyumburu Cultural Center, and this program is a culmination of a lot of outreach, a lot of dedication, a lot of work that Solomon has put into identifying in terms of not only the issues of black males, but issues that affect our community. In the spring of '05, two students, one of them who is here today, Mr. Raheem Dawodo, president of the NAACP, and also Mr. Hank Rollinson, president at that time of the Black Student Union, approached me about having a program to deal with the issues of black males in higher education, which are very, very vast, not only in terms of retention, but also in terms of getting our young men to get involved in campus, in terms of graduation, in terms of reaching back to help those who are younger than they, and also in terms of the whole commitment and dedication of Pan-African development. And many of the concepts that they talked about, as far as the paucity of black faculty members on campus. We're fortunate today to have two faculty members here, also having community activists, and to show our young black men that everything that they read or hear about in the papers and the popular press and the journals about incarceration rates, that they are not victims. In terms of our families, we're here to improve the conditions of black males, African American, African and Caribbean, in terms of working with our women, in terms of our support, in terms of our economic development, in terms of our social development, and making an impact on society. So today we're here to explore many of those educational issues, many of the social issues, many of the political issues that are related to academic and societal success. And we really have no quote-unquote parameters other than to say, welcome, ask good educational questions, which I'm sure you all will, and we will do our best to address those questions. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Can we do a little bit better than that? Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Carver.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to say thank you to Solomon and to Dr. Zeigler for allowing me to come out and share the vision that we've had for my show for the last 8 years. The name of my show is called Black Men Screaming. Does it offend you? It should. There should be no reason why black men have to scream to be heard. That's the reason why we named the show that. I am tired of negative images of black men being portrayed all over the world. You have on this stage examples of positive images of black men who refute all of the things that you see and heard about yourself. Who might I be if you classify me? A red and black mystery or abortion of history? A slave of antiquity, my skin suffocates me. This crude covering of my creed, trapped in a state of apathy. Ready to face eternity, I am a man, I am a black man. And with that, we're going to start the questioning. What does it mean to be a man? Society has defined it. It seems to be a little bit different for what it means to be a white man versus what it means to be a black man. I like to throw that question out there first of all. Let's define what manhood is. And anyone can jump in on that first question. Don't make me pick somebody out. Dr. Wu?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me here, and Brother Solomon for also inviting me and having this. And there are so many black men in the audience. A lot of times we do this, brothers are missing. But I speak as somebody who just moderated the Washington Post session dealing with black men, and I've been on a commission on the black male for a year. Joint Center for Political and Economic Studies, we just released the results just 2 days ago. It's called the Dellums Commission. Let me, though, just make a statement about a place that we don't like to begin sometimes. And it has to do with the fact that if you understand that half of young black males drop out of school, we have to interrogate that. I mean, let's not take that as a statistic. What that means is that there's some very powerful level of alienation between young black males and that particular institution. Where we don't start is the fact that we are, first of all, black males. We are black males before we're anything else. What that means is that we come from a culture and we come from a history that is not the same as the majority history. Now, if we understand that, we'll begin to interrogate the differences. One difference, of course, is that the school system is the first institution that we interface with as black males. And there starts the war. There starts the battle and the alienation. And there starts an institution which reflects the dehumanization of black people. And a lot of times young men rebel against that. So they rebel before they have an opportunity to assume what's called education. A lot of times an education which doesn't even take their humanity under consideration. So I want to start there because in all of the discussion that we have about this problem, test score gaps, all the rest of it, we assume that we are the same people in those institutions. We assume and we expect that we should score in these tests that we didn't make up, that don't reflect our history. We assume that we should score the same thing as white kids. Now, there are a lot of assumptions here, what I'm saying underneath this, that have to be interrogated because they relate to why it is that black men rebel against these institutions. So, beyond the statistics, and I can cite you all of them, there are some things that we don't normally talk about that I think are relevant to this discussion.
I'd like to say that the definition of a black man to me is, as a follow-up to what Dr. Walsh just said in terms of the whole notion of the self-fulfilling prophecy that black males cannot achieve is one that's it's very fallacious. It's one that's been unfortunately passed down through a lot of generations as far as like the whole concept of Pygmalion in the classroom that black men are alienated, they cannot achieve, they're not successful.